Welcome back, everyone, to our fourth episode for the mini interview series. We have Alexandra with us today. Hello.
Hello there.
So I'm so excited to have her here today. She is founder of TUTAKA. Alexandra, could you tell our listeners who you are, where you're from, and a bit about your career trajectory?
Thanks for inviting me digitally. My name is Alexandra. I'm the co-founder of TUTAKA. So we are a duo. Franziska is also leading this startup. Approximately 2.5 years ago, Franziska and me decided to stop our current jobs and start the adventure of TUTAKA.
So I know I've read a little bit on your website, but could you tell me a little more about how TUTAKA approaches the idea of sustainable travel, hospitality, events?
TUTAKA makes it easy for hosts, so hotel owners, event operators, gastronomers, to become more sustainable. We do that with a digital marketplace where hosts can find sustainable products and equipment, from washable hotel slippers over to festival bracelets made out of recycled materials, till things for your restaurant or your to-go business. Also said that we want to become a knowledge hub. So we also want to educate hosts within the topics of sustainability, but also how to communicate sustainability without falling days and greenwashing. And that's also one of our big pillars.
Okay, very interesting. So any hotels that I've been sharing, if you're listening, reach out to TUTAKA. They definitely will provide you with some great products. How are you, helping consumers, change that chip whilst providing products like you do for hotels?
Circular customer experiences by actually allowing a deeper consideration of your guests and employees' needs and ethical values. Mm-hmm. And also, of course, by improving your brand perception. And that is a mind shift. If you stop arguing that you need to be sustainable because you need to save the planet, you only reach a very small group of people. But if you say that you need to continue your way on becoming even more sustainable because it improves the well-being of yourself, of your employees, of your guests, of everyone involved, and that you actually create better materialistic and non-materialistic experiences, that's the game changer.
That's very true. Yeah, because I've always, thought it's such a challenge when hotels, travel agencies, or operating groups are saying, we're sustainable, but to consumers, it's so difficult to understand what does that even mean, And there are credentials, like we've spoken previously, there are certificates that you can have, but at the end of the day, a hotel is really as sustainable as it is in terms of the experience that they're offering to their guests. And I think what has inspired me to be so interested in sustainability within the hospitality space is that you can really change a guest's mindset towards sustainability if they learn how to do certain things within your hotel, leave your hotel, and then carry on with those habits when they're carrying out their normal day-to-day lives. That's something that a hotel has done successful. And I think you guys are giving the opportunity and the tool set in order for hotels to reach their customer the easiest methods and really tell a story. So with this pandemic, how do you think this space is going to be accelerated?
Present pandemic might just be the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. So obviously this pandemic is also linked to climate change, the loss of biodiversity, the loss of our rainforest. This link between the pandemic and climate change becomes more apparent in more minds. And with this in mind, I believe that it will further accelerate and transform the travel space, especially the eco and mindful travel space, that we further sustainability efforts of the hospitality sector need to take account that this pandemic and climate change is not only about protecting nature and the environment, but also actually protecting their own business. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they will create more business models, more solutions that are more sustainable. Yeah.
I think one way the industry, in terms of the concept and the theory that is being applied, is the triple bottom line, and how hotels should be focusing, not only on profit but also on the people on planet. So I think that obviously is a critical component of a strategy that is applied to hotels and anyone in the industry. I know you guys have done a lot of different, you work with university students, participated in startup petitions and challenges. In terms of products that you guys have done, what is one that you're most proud of and you think has really taken TUTAKA to where you guys are today?
Continuously building up the offer on our marketplace, the talks with the different amazing producers that supply us with sustainable products and services. That is something that I'm highly proud of. And then secondly, last year we were involved in a small hospitality development project in Portugal, which you would also love, Natasha.
Check it out.
CO Cabana. It's 4 holiday houses now in Porta, and we were not only doing the procurement for our client, but also the whole concept and branding. And because it was such a holistic project in a very, very small scale, it was a lot of fun and really made us fulfilled and happy to be working in such a great industry.
What would you say are your top tips to help someone travel sustainably, whether it's from booking transportation to hotels they're staying in, restaurants, the guest experience or the traveler experience in local destinations? Where do your tips lie, and what do you most recommend?
I'm a big fan of being where I am, so turning off everything that is digital and only turning it on when you need it makes you become more sustainable and more aware of where you are.
Yeah.
And then also I think starting a conversation with real local people is another big asset that I have come out from my traveling. So just engaging in the local community, because you will see then what
the silver lining of the pandemic is, that people really are going to slow down, and people are going to give more time and thought to a destination that they're going to. It's so challenging to know what is what is eco, what isn't, what it means to be eco. Is it just an environmental impact? Does it have a social impact as well? What are some of the credentials that you think are most important in auditing the type of products that you're placing in your marketplace?
It's the sum of criteria. We assess our products on a company level and on a product level. So we really dig deep, looking at the company, who is the producer, who stands behind the product, and then we go the whole life cycle of the product. We check on materials, production, logistics, but also social factors like who is actually standing in the factory, who is in the transportation facility, and obviously end of life.